Greetings to everyone. Now we are in our last topic of our unit 3, that is electroplating and electroless plating methods. So these are also types of coatings. Okay. Now, electroplating or electrodeposition. Okay. So it is the process of depositing coating metal on the base metal by passing direct current through an electrolytic solution which contains the soluble salt of the coating metal. So electroplating is carried out in an electrolytic cell. So it is a process of electrolysis. So electroplating undergoes the process of electrolysis. Okay. So it is carried out in an electrolytic cell. Okay. So the article is first cleaned with organic solvents to remove oil, grease, etc. Then treated with HCl or sulfuric acid to remove oxide phase. So same thing, service preparation is done here also. Then the cleaned article is made cathode of electrolytic cell. So this is the main part of point in this. And then anode is either coating material or electrode of the inert material like graphite. Okay. So basically here the base metal, that is which is to be coated, is made cathodic in nature. Okay. The electrolyte is soluble salt solution of coating material. Suppose you take silver for coating, then you have to take silver solution only. If you take gold for coating, you have to take gold solution only. So it should be the soluble salt solution of the coating material. If you take copper, you have to take copper salt, like that. So the electrodes are dipped in this electrolytic solution and a DC current is passed. On the electrolysis, the anode dissolves into the electrolytic bath and the metal ions from bath solution are deposited as metal coating over the cathode. Okay. So metal giving rise to metal ions and electrons. This is at the anode and these are taken up by the cathode to form metal. So brighter and smooth deposit can be obtained by maintaining conditions like low temperature, high current density, low metal ion concentration, etc. So this is the diagrammatic representation. So suppose this spoon I want to coat with silver. Okay. So what to do? So this silver is spoon is connected to a voltage source. Okay, and there is a anode made up of silver only, and then we have to take silver solution, that is silver nitrate, and then as soon as the current is passed, what happens? Silver ions and nitrate ions gets dissociated. So silver ions move towards its respective cathode, respective electrode. So as we make this negative, that is cathode, so Ag plus move towards this and it forms a coating on this silver. So this is the main process of electroplating. Then current density per current per unit area of electrode surface. Then plating bath, there is concentration of metal ion solution, then complex reagents, organic additives. Then flowing power of plating bath, that is ability of plating bath to give a uniform and even deposit on entire surface of the object. Temperature, so it is maintained at 35 to 60 degrees centigrade. Then optimum pH range, that is slightly acidic or slightly basic, that is 4 to 8 is maintained using buffers. Then all these are the factors which influence the electroplating method. Okay. That is current density. As the applied voltage is increased, current density reaches its limiting value. So surface diffusion is slowed down. So due to these reasons, this current density should be less. Then plating bath, so used according to its concentration. The higher metal ion concentration decreases the mass transfer at the current densities normally used. Thus, a good quality deposit is obtained. And complex reagents like cyanide, hydroxide, sulfonate are most frequently used. Now, coming to the electroplating of nickel. So plating bath solution, then sulfate bath, operating temperature, current density, additives, etc. Now, electroless deposition. So electroless plating is a technique depositing a noble metal on a catalytically active surface of a less noble metal by employing a suitable reducing agent without using electrical energy. So in electroplating, we are using electrical energy, whereas in electroless plating, we are not going to use electrical energy here. We are just going to use an oxidizing agent, a reducing agent, and a catalyst. So with the help of this, we are going to get a uniform coating of the metal. So Mn plus reducing agent gives metal plus oxidized product. Okay. So you can see here, this is the substrate, okay, and this is the metallic bath solution, and you are applying heat. What is happening? The metal is getting deposited on the substrate, okay, right? So for this deposition process, we need preparation of active surface. Then etching process of producing etched plates or objects by acid treatment, then electroplating a thin layer of suitable metal, then treating with tin chloride followed by dipping in palladium chloride solution. Then plating bath is composed of chloride sulfates. Reducing agents like hypophosphite and formaldehyde are used. Then complexing agents, that is tartrates, citrates, succinates are used. Stabilizers, thiourea, buffer sodium acetate. So we have to activate the surface first. Okay. Then acid treatment is done. Then we have stainless steel, that is 50% dilute sulfuric acid. Then magnesium alloy, thin coating of zinc and copper over it. The non-metallic particles like plastic and glass can also be deposited with the help of this electroless deposition. Okay, that is by dipping in tin chloride followed by palladium chloride. Aluminium, copper, iron, brass can be plated without activation. Then composition of nickel plating bar. We are taking example of nickel, electroless plating of nickel. So we require nickel chloride 20 grams per liter, sodium hypophosphite, that is 20 grams per liter, sodium acetate 10 grams per liter as buffer to maintain pH 4.5. Then sodium succinate 15 grams per liter as complexing agent. Temperature required is 93 degrees centigrade. Then advantages of electroless plating are here it doesn't require any electrical energy. Then plating of articles made of insulators like plastic is possible. Then objects of irregular shapes can be plated uniformly. Then better throwing power can be used. Then coming to the differences between electroplating and electronless plating are electrolysis by the passage of electrons is done in electroplating process. Then separate anode is used for electroplating. Then in electroless plating process, we have autocatalytic redox reaction, which over a pre-treated catalytic surface is done. Then anode reaction takes place on the surface of the substrate itself, right? Then plating on insulators is also possible. So we can't do electroplating process for plastics and insulators, right? Because plastics are insulators, so we can't do electroplating process on it. But we can go for electroless plating process. Okay. So these two are very important for coating, that is electroplating and electroless plating. So the difference between these two is that requires electrolysis process, and this is autocatalytic redox process. So these two are the main uh, coating process along with galvanization and tinning. So we have learned about electroplating process of that is spoon is coated with silver, and electroless plating of nickel, where we use all these agents. Right? That is nickel chloride, sodium hypophosphite, sodium acetate, and then sodium succinate. So we need a buffer, we need a complexing agent, then temperature has to be maintained, that is 92 degrees centigrade. Right. So all these are required for electroless plating process. Okay. So understood. So by this we are finishing our unit 3. So unit 3 we discussed part 1 as electrochemistry and part 2 as corrosion. So in corrosion we have seen what is the definition, types of corrosion, that is galvanic, pitting and waterline. Then we have theories of corrosion, chemical and electrochemical. Then we have seen factors affecting corrosion. Then we have seen the cathodic protection methods. Then we have seen coatings, there is galvanization, tinning, electroplating and electrolysis. Thank you.